And we can discuss this more at the executive session. We will be doing it today.
I assume we will.
Chair, I'd now like to recognize Representative Budathoki. How'd I do? Great. He's asking for 4 to 5 minutes. He opposes the bill. He does have written testimony that he'll provide. Welcome, sir, to transportation.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, ranking member, and committee members. My name is Suraj Budathoki. I represent Hillsborough County District 40. I came here to strongly oppose HB 452, not just as a legislator, but as someone who understands firsthand what it means to come to this country seeking a better life. 16 years ago, I arrived in the United States as a refugee after spending nearly 2 decades in a refugee camp. I'm always thankful and humbled for the support I was given. I know what it is like to start over in a new country, to work hard, to rebuild a life from nothing. And I know that something as simple as driver's license can mean the difference between opportunity and struggle. This bill targets people who are here legally, students, workers, families, people who are trying to do the right thing. It tells them that no matter how hard they work, how much they contribute, or how deeply they want to be part of this state, they are not welcome. That's not the New Hampshire I know. Denying someone a driver's license doesn't stop them from needing to get to work or take their kids to school. It just makes their lives harder. It forces them into impossible choices, either risk driving without a license or lose their job, their education, their future. That is not public safety. That is not fairness. That is not who we are. And let's talk about who this bill affects. It punishes asylees, people who have fled war, persecution, and unimaginable hardships by saying they must wait years for their status to adjust before they can even drive legally. It punishes students who come here to learn, workers who come here to fill critical labor shortages, and the spouses and children of those who have already been granted permission to be here. I want to remind this chamber that when I arrived in this country, I had nothing. But because this country gave me a chance, because I was able to work, to study, and yes, to drive, I now stand before you as a state representative, a business owner, and a father raising my children in this great state. This bill would take that opportunity away from people who just want to do what I did, work hard and contribute to society. And let's be clear, this bill does not make our roads safer. In fact, it does the opposite. When people are denied a driver's license, they are also denied the ability to get tested, insured, and held accountable under the law. This bill would create more unlicensed, uninsured drivers on our roads. This is not public safety. This is reckless. New Hampshire has always been a place that values hard work and fairness. This bill goes against both. It punishes the very people who want to follow the law, who want to contribute, and who want to be part of our communities. I urge my colleagues, look beyond the politics. Think about the real people this bill would hurt. I know because I was one of them. Vote no on this bill. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any questions from the committee? Representative Hill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for taking my question. You say that people want to come here and follow the law, and yet you're saying that they, if this bill were to pass, that they will break the law. And I'm wondering if you can resolve that dilemma I have for those two issues.
Sure. So here we're talking about people who came here legally, like refugees, asylees, and then when they're here, well vetted, and while we're not giving opportunity to apply for driver license, and get tested and drive in our roads. So I think it is straightforward. When they're here legally, we should give the opportunity to, have driver license.
Any other questions from the committee? Representative St. Clair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Representative. Do you have any idea, if the numbers are out there, of how many people that now have their license, but have not achieved the final goal, when they're not allowed to renew their license? What kind of numbers are we talking about? Any idea?
I don't have number, Representative, at this time. I don't know.
I would ask,
Follow up?
well, with you. Is that something that we could possibly get from the Department of Motor Vehicles? I mean, they must have some sort of handle on that, I would think.
We can try to reach out and see. We have nobody here from the DMV, so.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Representative Sykes.
If I could be of assistance in this question. In previous years, the testimony from DMV has been that there are approximately 15,000 driver's licenses that are non-resident aliens as described by this bill who are driving in this state now. And how many of those would be affected probably is unknown, but we are talking about many, many, many people, not just a few handful.
That satisfied.
It does for the time. Thank you, Pierre.
Any other questions from the committee? Not seeing any. Thank you, sir. And you have written testimony. If you can get that to the clerk, we'd appreciate it. Chair, now I'd like to recognize Jessica Pelletier from Accentura. She's asking for about 5 minutes opposing the bill and has some written testimony. Welcome to transportation.
Yeah.